Hi, and welcome to the July 2024, August 2024 monthly energy forecast with me, intuitive channel and transformational empowerment guide, Marisa Liza Pell. I'm so glad you're here. And I have so much coming up for you today. I cannot wait to get into this forecast. If you're new, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you're getting the energy updates, the theme of the month, plus the key dates of the month to make all your aligned action decisions. Just like the weather forecast, you need to know what's coming up so that you make your decisions in the right time and that you're manifesting and aligning properly with where the universe is headed. So a lot coming up for you. Most of you that are watching have been watching for a long time, so thank you. We do these on the 15th of every month. So this started happening many years ago, and so it just is on the 15th of the month now. So instead of being the July monthly energy forecast, it is the July and August monthly energy forecast because we're starting from the 15th of the month going into August. So I have a couple of big announcements. Obviously, I always have big announcements, right? And then we're going to go into the theme of the month. And then following that, you're going to get your key dates for the month. So that's how it's going to roll moving forward. And something very exciting coming up, right? So a lot of you follow me on Facebook, right? I've been on Facebook forever, and on Instagram, which I'm not posting as much on right now. But you might see that my content on Facebook isn't as, in-depth or active as it used to be. And there's a reason for that. It's because the algorithm now is not showing you all of the content like a lot of the time. So I could be posting something and only 2 or 3 people might be getting it in the feed of 12,000 people. So I wanted to make sure that I had the opportunity to get my message across and all my content across, because I am producing a lot more content now than usual. I'm doing an inspirational blog post every week and YouTube videos, free trainings that you can join, a lot of interactivity. So I moved my main community to a platform called School, kind of like school, but with a K. And it is a free community. And we're reaching about, I think we have one more member to go, to 300 people. So I'm very excited because I'm in there every day. I'm interacting with my clients. I'm interacting with you. If you want to come in, it's a free membership. And as you know, I'm not doing one-on-one sessions anymore. So to celebrate this community of wonderful people and conversations and spiritual development and everything that we're doing over there, I am going to be having a winner for a free one-on-one session with me, an intuitive strategy session, intuitive channeled session. I would love for you to win. Here's the thing. If you want to win, you need to be part of what we're doing. So you need to join the community. The link will be in the description below. And then you'll see some instructions on how to interact and be considered to win the session with me in the month of July. We're doing a 15-day contest. So if you'd like to win a session with me, then you can join the community for free and come over there, because even if you just join and you maybe are not the winner, you're still winning because you're getting all of my content rather than not getting my content, rather than seeing me once every couple months and getting an angel message, right? You're getting all of the in-depth content and plus a classroom of free trainings all in one place. And if you would like to get a one-on-one session, you can win one just in the month of July. So in the next 15 days, I'm going to be choosing a winner to get this one-on-one session. And if you really need it, all you have to do is come and join the community, which I'm very excited about. So let's get into the theme of the month, which is in July. It's called Keeping It Clean, right? And what do I mean by keeping it clean? It means that if you want to be able to not be immersed in fear and anxiety and overwhelm and everything that's going on in the world right now. I know people are like, Marissa, I want you to comment on all this stuff. And those of you who know me and have been following me for a while, I'm not going to comment on it because I see things from a very different level. And it's about rising above and getting in your helicopter and flying above the chaos. Okay. So this is keeping it clean in your life. And this is how you're going to build a high intention life. There are things that are going on in the world, crazy things that are going on in the world, crazy things on the news, things in our political system, especially in the United States at the moment. So if you're looking for my opinion, there's no opinion. We're going with the spiritual higher frequency opinion, which is really, if you look at it, we are like a ball that's hanging in the middle of space. Okay. So things are a little bit bigger than just the drama that's going on here on the earth plane, right? So let's not get caught up with that. If you're looking to build a higher intention life for yourself, you need to be very intentional about keeping it clean. And what do I mean by keeping it clean? If you have a traffic jam, it would be nice if your car would like elevate above the traffic and become a helicopter and fly above it, right? Then you don't have to deal with all the chaos and the beeping horns and all the construction. Well, that's what's going on in the world right now. And that's what's going on in the energy. And you're making a choice every day to be drawn into conversations, media, television, radio, whatever it is you're doing. You're intentionally choosing to stay at a certain vibration. Of course, we need to know what's going on in the world. It's very important. But if you're craving the always checking your phone for the latest news and what's going on with this drama and that drama and watching the news and getting all consumed with getting your nervous system completely stuck in an overwhelmed, dysregulated state, not because you want to, but because that's what's familiar to you, you're not going to be able to fly above the traffic, right? And stay in higher frequency. The whole thing is that this month, the chaos isn't going to get any less. Okay. And therefore that energy affects us as a whole, right? As a community, as a country, everybody that's vibrating with the energy of fear, anxiety, and anger and bitterness and overwhelmed and resentment radiates that out to the rest of the world. Okay. It starts with our family. It goes out to our workplace. And even if you're not actively yelling or screaming at people or commenting rude things on social media platforms or arguing with friends or family, you're still putting that energy out there and emanating it from your auric field. And just like you throw a rock in a lake, all those rings move forward. So the way that you can have a positive effect on your own life and on the world and make an impact is not trying to change people's opinions. It's not trying to go and argue your point. It's not trying to go and yell at people and be angry. If you are in anger and you are in chaos and you're watching the news and you're going and listening to stuff and you're just consumed with this, you're going to be existing in a lower frequency vibration and not really attracting what you're looking for in your life. You're not really keeping it clean intentionally. You're deciding to be intentional with moving forward into low vibration stuff. And the first step and the most solvable step that you could take this month is to be intentional to say, it's kind of like a little clickbait here and it kind of tempting to go and read all this stuff and watch all this stuff. But it's programming that's being programmed into your energy field and into your spirit that really isn't necessary for you to move forward, because in the month of July, we have the opportunity to launch. Okay. So that's where the energy is. You have the opportunity to take something you're doing to make an impact in the world and to really, really be on that launch pad. You've been planning this for what, like 10, 15 years, like bigger projects you have going on, stepping into bigger things, stepping into more aligned relationships, stepping into the clarity of career that you're looking to build. And if we get involved with lower intention content, which you have, this is the easiest thing for you to do to change your life, is to press stop or pause on getting involved with things that are moving you away from the things you're supposed to be doing right now. And this is trading low intention, low result tasks for high intention priorities. And the first step to doing this is to turn off the TV, turn off the news, turn off the websites, turn off the commenting, turn off the notifications. And even if you want to take it a step up, turn off your text notifications, right? I know you have to keep checking it over and over again, but you don't want things just pinging you all day long. So you have the opportunity right now, if you want to launch yourself to the next level, this is the month to do it. From July 15th to the 31st is a time of very high movement, high intention, high priority building, and there's a lot going on in the world, right? So where you vibrate is what you're going to attract. If you're not aligned in your key relationships, if you're not aligned with what you're bringing into your life, if you're not aligned in your family, if you're not aligned with your friends, and even in romantic partnerships, you're not going to be aligned. With your business, you're not going to be aligned. So people think these are different sectors. They think, oh, my business is doing well, but yet my personal life is not doing well. But if you look at it, if you really truly look at it, can you be more aligned in your business? If your personal life is a mess and you're in complete disorganized chaos in your home, like messy all over the place. I've been there. I've been in all these things, right? If you look at your business, could it be better? Could it be that maybe a different career would be more fulfilling for you? Are you really making an impact, although you're really making an income? Like, are you really doing stuff to really raise consciousness of the planet? Or are you still stuck in your comfort zone, right? So it may seem like paying the bills, oh yeah, I'm doing well. But are you really going deep with your creativity? Are you really doing the projects that are like near and dear to your heart? Like you're writing that book, you're making that film, you're opening that new business. You want to go from 9 to 5 to being a healer or a coach. Are you doing those things? Are you really moving the needle on those things? Or do you have some time freedom and you're filling it up with chaos instead of, you've always wanted to play an instrument. You've always wanted to dance. You've always wanted to take up a new hobby, but there's just no time because there's so much chaos that you have to fix. That is not where we want to be. So how do you start? You start with practicing intention, practicing intentional living. And I have a few different little mini workshops that if you're looking to take inventory of how much you're doing that's low priority versus high priority, cleaning that up and stepping into only high priority tasks, just comment high priority below and I'll send you the link to that. Okay. So it's so important, like I said, to take this first step. And I know it sounds so simple, but it's not. We have a tendency when people talk to us, oh, did you see this on the news? Or did you see that? Or why don't you look into that? And people start talking at the dinner table and friends start talking. And then there's arguments. And then it's like right now is the time to either be present, be intentional, or get involved in the chaos. You decide. Okay. How are you going to make a difference in the world? It's by becoming high frequency, flying above the traffic, and bringing a little positivity and lightness to the world around you. And that's going to create that positive effect. That's going to be healing to other people. It's going to be healing to the world. So you can make a difference. Really, really, really important. Okay. I know that's a very pinpointed message for the month, but like I said, July comes with it, the launch of a new life. And are you ready for that new life? You have to decide. I talk about this in the trainings that I'm building right now. You can throw darts at the dartboard all day long. You could do affirmations. You could do EMDR, you could do therapy, you could do books, reading, and take piecemeal everything else. And that's what your life is going to look like. It's going to look choppy unless you commit to a path, unless you commit to a certain pathway and a practice where you can somatically heal. Somatic means of the body, and you can develop your intuition in a way where it's not like, oh, I need a reading when I'm up against something and I can't figure it out. You wouldn't need a reading if you were really tuned into your own intuition. You would have that clarity. Okay, so let's get into the key dates for the month of July. So we just hit the 15th. The 15th, I believe I did it in the last monthly forecast. It's an eye-opening day. It's a day where things are a little bit more open. I know there was a lot of turbulence in June. I know people went through a lot in June. July, we are easing into a little less emotional turbulence, which is awesome, right? Really happy about that. Now the 16th and 17th of July, we're coming into this. This is like produce or go home days. Okay. These 2 dates are kind of like bookends for you to say, I know I could go to the pool. I know I could go to the shore. I know I could do all these summer things, take the kids to the park, do all these things. It's so nice out, like go to the spa, right? You're going to be tempted to pretty much take advantage of the day and time and to relax. But really, these are the 2 days where your productivity are going to be the most important. So you have to take a little bit of a back seat to instant gratification and really put everything you can into your business, creative, and forward-moving projects. So even if you're retired, putting it into the projects that are going to move you forward with your purpose, really important. So if you are doing a 9-to-5 job and you're like, hey, I always wanted to own a business and you need to put together a plan, these are the days to do it. If you are creative or an entrepreneur or a solopreneur, and you're like, I really need to get some stuff off the ground and I need to do the boring stuff that I don't want to be doing to get things moving, these are the 2 days to do it. But you're going to want to do other things. So I'm just telling you, the energy is supporting you getting down and dirty in your work. And there's days where you're like, I don't even want to do fun stuff. Like I'm just overproducing into work. These 2 days, you're going to be a little divided. You're going to be like, I want to do these things with friends, or I want to connect, or I want to go to this, do that. And I'm just telling you that these 2 days are super important for you if you want to get off that launch pad on the 31st to really align with where you're headed this month. The 19th is going to be a little bit of a spiritual game changer for you, where from the work that you're putting in on the 16th and 17th, oh, I forgot the 18th, didn't I? I forgot the 18th. Interestingly enough, when I forget to go over a date, it means I'm not supposed to go into the date. So let's just say that the 18th is like The Price is Right. It's the mystery curtain, right? It's the mystery curtain. I think that curtain's opening on the 19th. Okay, so let's just say you're not really sure where the universe is heading you from all the work that you're doing on the 16th and 17th, if you follow this forecast. Of course, the 18th is kind of like what's behind the door that we're not seeing in the world at the moment. There's gifts, there's things behind there that really, it's like kind of like you're setting yourself up to step into a bigger life, right? But if you knew what you had to do in that bigger life, if you knew what was required, if you knew like, oh, these are the results of success, and I'm going to have to be seen and be visible and be out there and perform or whatever in some way, maybe doing this work, you'd be like, oh, I'm not ready for that. But there are things going on behind the scenes and people talking about you behind the scenes in a favorable way. People of power, people that have influence, and people that could really help you to move to the next level in your career or your endeavor or your creative endeavors. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean a job. It could mean that a coach is watching you from behind the scenes and knowing that they can really take you to the next level. It could be a mentor. It could be a spiritual practice, whatever it is. The universe knows you're ready. You don't know you're ready. I know you're ready. But you really have to decide, are you done being on the merry-go-round or are you not? Are you done with the cycles and because really we can't get anywhere until we're done. You can have all the systems that you want. You could have all of the modalities. You could say, oh, dip a little bit here, dip a little bit there, go get Reiki, go get a reading, blah, blah, blah. But if you're not done, you're not done. So up until this point, if you don't like the way your life is going, if you're following certain patterns and cycles, especially in your relationships, and you're seeing that you're working, but you'd like to be making an impact and having more time freedom to spend more present time with your family, your kids, your loved ones that are older, and your friends that you haven't seen in a while, just quality time in life, just feeling connected to yourself, to the environment, to people around you, you have to break those patterns. There's always going to be a reason why you can't, because you don't have the time, energy, or money right now. But what I'm saying is that this is the reason you don't have any time, energy, or money. So it's kind of a catch-22. The reason you don't have time, energy, or money is because you're stuck. I think you know what I'm saying is that you're not going to get the time, energy, and money and then get unstuck. You're stuck because you don't have the time, energy, and money. That's why you're stuck. So you need to get unstuck so you do have the time, energy, and money. So it doesn't go in reverse, right? I'm probably still confusing you. That's okay. I think you know where I'm coming from. So the 19th is going to be that illumination day. The 19th is going to be powerful because it's going to set out kind of a bullet pointed list of what's required for you to move forward right now. And I think that list is going to be reasonable. Like I said, on the 18th, it's kind of like you're not seeing what's behind the scenes and it's much more than you would ever think you wanted to take on, but you're ready for it. But the 19th is going to be like, here's the bullet pointed list of where we're going. At least you have a little bit of a, forward-looking future where you have a couple steps in the future moving forward. The 20th, a very low energy day. I would urge you to really rest on this day. I feel like if you have the tendency to push yourself on that Saturday, I think you're going to really burn out. So I think it's really time to not be around a lot of people. Just rest and renew. And I feel like I want to tell you to be around water, but hot water. Drink warm water. Be around a spa. Take a warm bath. Nothing cold. Okay, jumping in cold lakes, this is like shocking the system. So I don't want you to do that. 21st is a great day for family events, outings, day trips. I want you to think about that. Not favorable to work. The 22nd is interesting because I feel like you're having the plan and you're having the momentum in the same day. So it's almost like you're kind of ready to take some small steps in to some of these bigger things in your life. And I feel like some of those people from behind the curtain on the 18th are like coming out being like talking some things, but you're not getting the full picture yet. Because some of these beings are not just people in the earth plane. They're your spirit guides. They're your loved ones on the other side. They're your ancestors. They know what's ahead for you. And some people on the earth plane are getting the downloads to know what's ahead for you. If you're watching this, you might be getting a download. You might be listening to this because someone's trying to speak to you specifically. So a lot of people say, I just want to know my next steps. I just want to know my next steps, what to do. That's not really the answer. They think that if they find the answer to the next steps, they're going to be able to step into this bigger thing. But really, that's your nervous system kind of saying, I'm going to confuse you and think you don't have clarity, because when you are dysregulated, you're in fight or flight or shutdown, you really don't have the clarity. So it's keeping you stuck in a state of indecision, which your subconscious knows that you don't have to be more seen, heard, understood, or put yourself out there to be criticized or judged if you don't step into it, right? So your nervous system is safe, keeping you low, keeping you small, keeping you not making a decision. Because really, you're not really going to know where you go until you start. So that's really important for you to just start. The universe will align as you go along. And it's not what you ever think is the thing beforehand. Like, you don't get that guarantee. So the 23rd, it's kind of like you're being reasonable with yourself. You're finally like, okay, be reasonable. I can take steps into my bigger life without having to not have anything going on. You're not going to ever have a time where you're going to have nothing going on. Okay. So you're going to see that you could set aside some time. And like I said, if you're having trouble getting out of the scattered mindset, setting aside the time, making time, because then when you make time, you refill it with chaos and other stuff again. The 24th, you might make a decision on the 23rd. Say, hey, I'm going to add a little bit of this into my life. I'm going to add a little bit of this into my life and move my life forward in a bigger way. I'm going to step into this just a little bit, right? To this new space. You're going to get some pushback and energy on the 24th by the people, places, and things around you that subconsciously, you might even not even say anything. They might not want you to be stepping out, because that means less time for them, for you to fix their problems, right? So just so you know, if you're having some kickback on the 24th, it's people are feeling you expand. And the people who like you being small and like you being available to them all the time don't want you to expand. So you're going to have some of that. You're going to become angry on the 25th. So be aware of a lot of old emotions of guilt, anger, resentment coming up and coming out. If you're feeling it, you can move through it. So just know, let it go, let it come out, let it go. Do not suppress it. Do not distract it. Do not go and shop it away. Okay. Let it come through and out. The 26th and 27th, energy is not so great those days, especially the 27th. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things going on, maybe in your immediate circle on those days, with friends, family that are having some bigger, like more life problems that you may have to tend to. And so, like I said, be intentional about what you're consuming. This is not what I mean by that. Like, be there, be supportive. But if you are intentional about what you're consuming, you're going to have the energy to be there and be a support system. But I want to tell you on the 27th to have your boundaries, because people are going to want more of you than you're able to provide. And as you grow in this area of transformation and empowerment for yourself, you're going to have less and less tolerance for the chaos, negativity, and drama and people pulling on your energy all the time. So you're going to be in that space of, I'm usually here and I'm doing this for everyone, but I really, really don't want to do it. And I'm getting angry. If you're getting angry, I'm telling you that's good, because it means you're moving in a different direction. So that's good. Get angry. Even if you still do the thing, it's good that you're still getting angry. It's good. The 28th is, I think, where you're having some resolve with yourself. You're like, and you're making a decision. Finally, you've had enough, and this is what you want to do about it. So I think the 28th, even if you're a really indecisive person, you might join a program, you might do something for your health, your wellness, your well-being, but it's not like scattered. You're actually committing to it, and you're actually making yourself the priority now, and you're making a decision. There's a difference between really wanting something and making a decision that you don't want to do this anymore. Like, where you have conviction, where you have resolve, where you're done. And I feel like you are going to be done with something on the 28th. And I feel like it's going to help you move forward in a much positive way. I feel like you're going to feel free on the 29th. The 29th is a date of freedom and a date of expansion. I feel like you're kind of announcing what you're doing to other people. The 30th is where you're going to have some self-reflection. And it's a good day to connect with your loved ones on the other side as well, because I feel like they might have some messages of support for you. So when you're connecting with those on the other side, you want to put it out there what you want as a sign. Because sometimes we're like, get signs. Well, how do we interpret this, or how do we interpret that? Not the way to do it. Say to them, I want to see a yellow cuckoo clock. I want to see the word freedom. I want to see a red cardinal with a blue jay, whatever. Put it out there, no matter how weird it is, and see what comes back. And on the 31st, I feel like you're finally going to have, if you follow everything I'm telling you, I'm finally going to have a big breakthrough on the 31st. Okay, so let's get into August. I feel the theme of August is you got to see it to believe it, because I feel like if you're in alignment, really getting intentional, I feel like the universe is going to do some things that are going to kind of sweep you off your feet. I want to get that. Sweep you off your feet. Yeah. Usually August isn't one of my favorite months of the year. I don't know why. It's just a shift in energy and getting ready for back to school in the fall. It's a big shift from July. But August 1st seems like it's like the universe is throwing you some sort of curveball here. And it's going to extend to the 2nd and 3rd to be like almost like a whole new avenue into a new passion or career that you weren't even thinking about, or an extension of something you're already doing that you're like, wow, this opportunity came out of nowhere. Should I take it? But I feel like if you take it, you're going to be a little scared. I mean, like, can I really do this? Like, I know I've always wanted this opportunity. Can I really do it? And that's the point where people drop the ball. They're like, they don't want to sabotage it, but they do. They're like handed that opportunity that they've been so angry at for so many long years of, why don't I ever be recognized or have this opportunity? Well, here it is. And then people drop the ball. Don't drop your ball. This opportunity is coming to you as a gift from the universe. Remember, I talked about the behind the curtain. They're testing you to see if you're ready. I think you are. So the 4th, again, is a day of reflection. You want to kind of not do anything, especially with family arguments. Don't get involved. I feel like it feels like you have a tendency to be the one to fix everything, maybe, or be involved in mediating. And I want to tell you to just shut it down. Like, imagine a black shade, like one of those blackout shades you take out. You just shut it down. Let everybody work it out themselves. They're going to be so involved in whatever's going on, they're not even be aware that you're not there anyway. So don't worry about it. The 5th involves you teaching or sharing your knowledge in some way. So this is an opportunity for you to get your mission out there, something you believe in, something you teach people, and you're going to find you have a knack for training and teaching in some way, or getting your mission out to the world. Now we have kind of a interesting period. I want to look this up real quick, so I'm going to pause this. Okay, so this is so funny. I saw this shift in the calendar. Like, I'm looking at the calendar, live channeling right now as I'm doing this. Normally I write it down, but today I'm live channeling. Like, as you're seeing it, it's happening. I'm like, there's like a kink in the system from the 6th to the 9th. Like, what's going on here? Got it in my head. I did not know when Mercury was going retrograde in August yet, or in the next 2 months, and lo and behold, start going to retrograde right in that week. So from the 6th through the 9th, be prepared for a lot of wonky tonky things going on. If you don't know what wonky tonky is, I don't really either, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's just like everything's all over the place. So if you're planning on doing anything in August, before the Mercury retrograde shadow hits at the end of July, which you'll start feeling it then too, please make your plans. Make them now. Like, if you're like, hey, I'm going on vacation in August, or I'm taking a few days off, or I'm going to go see a friend, some plans could get really wonky from the 6th through the 9th. I would actually stay away from those dates if I were you, because you're going to see a lot of rescheduling, cancellations, a lot of issues with technology, especially with cars this month. Issues with cars. Service appointments. Now, it's going to start lifting by the 10th and 11th. You're going to get a break there. So I would suggest probably doing more of your planning, to start your planning, even if it's ahead of time, from like the 10th through the 17th, because that's when Mercury is retrograde, but it's still like it's in the middle of the retrograde area. So I would go 11th through 15th would be a safer bet in the month than the end of the month and the beginning of the month. So I would try to stay away from the 6th, 7th, and 8th, even to half of the 9th. 10th and 11th, you'll see movement there, and there's probably some other aspects going on. But yeah, I would say toward the end of the month, 12th to 15th, you're looking at those dates. You get relief from the 10th and the 11th, but 12th to the 15th, you want to have everything very structured, very planned, very lined up ahead of time. Even if you go somewhere, all the restaurants you're going to, all the people you're going to see, even if you're doing something with your job, keep everything scheduled as it is for that week. and it should go smoothly for you. So anyway, August is a little bit tricky, but pay attention to the theme that we're working on now. Implement that. July is very interesting. It really could help to really take you on another level. Work-wise, career-wise in August, you're looking at possibly taking a step back from moving things forward in August. So you want to get all your work done right now, because then you'll reap some rewards in August, even could be financial rewards, even high financial rewards. So just do all your work now, even though you might be tempted not to. And remember, don't do any one-on-one sessions anymore. And as a congratulations to our community for building up the way it is on school, my free community called Momentum, which is going to help you manifesting in every area of your life, stepping into high intention, and helping with your somatic healing of your nervous system. Come and join us between now and the next 15 days. I would just say now, because I'll be drawing a winner for a one-on-one session with me, intuitive strategy, intuitive channeling session for your life. But you do have to be a member of our free community and be an active member, which once you come in, we'll welcome you, and there'll be a little post on a few things, not too many things that you need to do to be considered for the contest. The link is below to go and join the free community. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. And like I said, if you come and join us, you're going to get a lot more rewards than just being a contender for the winner. So I am looking forward to doing that contest very soon, and I will see you next month.